So the Fiaos are here for BB's engagement and naming ceremony. Let's start with the gentleman. We are breaking protocol. So how do you feel?
Yeah, we're very happy because ceremonies like this, brings to bear a lot of nostalgic, memories. But it's good. It's good to find a partner. It's good to find a life partner. It's good to spend the rest of your life with someone you love. So it's a good feeling. We've been there.
You've been there. Your husband said it brings a lot of nostalgic feelings. I'm sure it's the same for you because that day, tell me.
I mean, I've hardly been to a lot of engagements and weddings. So whenever I am at one, especially after my wedding, I actually wish it was my wedding or engagement again. The food, the music, the nice dresses, the people.
Anyway, so Bibi is your friend. So I'm sure you have some words for her as a friend.
It is true that marriage is a very long journey, and I know you know that. Regardless of how many years you've known your partner, when you enter into the matrimony unit, it's totally different. You need a lot. You need a lot of tolerance. You have to make sacrifices, and then you have to love each other so deeply that you want to be with each other, and you want to make sacrifices, and then just live, for each other. I think that that will make the units work. So far it's good for me, so I know it's going to be good for her because birds of the same feathers.
They flock together.
Yeah.
I'm sure you also will say the same. Like if they ask you what words do you have for this couple, as someone who has been in the show business, the nitty-gritties of show business and how people can pick on you unnecessarily. I'm sure you have some words for them.
Close your ears. And number 2, don't react to anything. Keep mute to everything. Sometimes you call me, I'm like, oh, I don't want to. That's what works for me.
React to some things and leave some things out.
Oh. Leave it to die. It will die quick, regardless. Okay, so we have
react. Take it there.
Opinion.
Yeah, react.
But how do you feel when, like we are doing now, there's something about Selly or you, and Selly says react. You say I'm not reacting. I don't want to react. Keep quiet and let it die off. Are you able to come to a compromise on how to live your lives in this industry?
Well, this our industry is a tough one, but you see, because we are all both into the same thing, it helps. And you see, her field is slightly different from mine, even though we are all into show business. So there are things that she may pick up in drawing her her line of work, that I might not necessarily know. So we teach each other, and it helps us grow together. So I think if you ask me, like I was saying, don't talk.
I'm sure sometimes when you see the blogs about your husband, you're like, react to this thing, like you're saying, don't talk. How does it make you feel as a wife, wanting that your husband clarifies things or clears the air on something, and he says it's better to be silent?
Well, actually, I do agree with him. I think both of us do agree before we make any moves when it comes to how we handle our showbiz lives, yes, and issues. So I go with him when he says just keep quiet and let it go. Trust you me. Within a few months or even weeks, it will just fly away.
Now, when I came here, I've seen a lot of bloggers.
No, but that is only for the blogging and all of that. But when you pick a physical fight with my wife there, that one there, you will not go scot-free.
Hey, you fight yourself.
A physical fight there, you won't go scot-free, trust me. I'm a Zongo boy. I grew up in Medina. That's what people don't know.
So you go for the fight for her?
Yes! That one there, you will not go scot-free. That one there, I will talk.
You talk, and even go,
I will talk with something else, with my actions.
She said she's blushing. That must be just so sweet. But whilst here, I was going through my Instagram and I saw that those call celebs had posted something about you and talking about the fact that there's something between you and BB. And I'm wondering, since you're here, I don't know if you had issues with it. I'm not sure you'll be here. So I'm wondering what this is.
I have no idea what you are talking about and where whatever is coming from. I'm here. She's my friend. The only thing I mix is her bachelorette because I was in South Africa. But I'm actually part of her bridal team. So I really don't know.
Anyway, but how do you feel when all these things pop up? Like she posted your husband, that he's here. Do you see that it is hype, or you see that somebody is trying to invade?
Who is she? Who?
We all don't know her.
Oh, you mean
those call celebs? We don't know who this personality is. But how do you feel when, constantly, apart from her, there are other blogs who do that. They post pictures of your husband, yourself, with sometimes pleasant captions, sometimes the captions are not pleasant. As a wife, how do you feel?
Actually, I mean, to be very truthful and honest with you, I think a lot of the bloggers in Ghana have supported my career since I got into show business, as well as my husband. You know, he's not a troublemaker, and I think that people love us for who we are. And really, I don't think that I've really felt any hate, you know, from any bloggers strongly. But it's something that has been published. Maybe it's something that really did happen, and I'm yet to come to terms with that. I try to keep a very good front and personality so that I don't get into the bad press. And I think that I've managed to maintain that. So, I mean, I can only say thank you to Ghanaian bloggers for having my back. But really, I've not really encountered any strong hate or, you know, that I would say.
Strong passion.
No.
So you think that, you know, the ones like from like those call celebs, they are just one of, you know, things that you want to pay attention to. Sometimes her comments or captions for a lot of people are not pleasant. Sometimes you don't know what she wants.
Have you seen any about me personally?
Oh, you remember the time I asked you about, you know, when you're having children? It was actually a post I saw from her. No, but I just got married, you know? Yeah, I just got married.
People have been married for how many? A year or something.
So when you see something like that from those call celebs and all those people, do you feel like they are invading your privacy? That's what I'm trying to find out.
I mean, first and foremost, you chose show business. Show business is you're out there, you're selling yourself, you're a celebrity, people know you, people follow you, you have followers, you have fans. Things like this will come up, you understand? So it's inevitable. Just know how to manage it when it comes. And my policy is don't talk.
No, but I actually feel like people are genuinely concerned for us, you know.
What's their business?
Well, it's like you said, we are in show business, and I know, and I am very much aware that a part of my life, which I want to present to the public, is what they take. So the ones that I keep is what I have and my husband has. So far as our marriage was in the limelight, they also have the right to, you know, be a little bit inquisitive because they made us, our fans made us. You understand? So I mean, like I said, I feel like it's genuine interest when they're asking when are you going to have children. I've not seen anybody say that, oh, you know, really badly, or I mean, it's about the way you would probably say that would come across as hate. But I think, like I said, it's just genuine concern, and we will surprise them really soon.
Hey, really? You surprised them with what? Tell me the surprise.
No, but you're asking of children. Are you not going to surprise us very soon? You just got married.
I'm asking about bloggers and, you know, the captions and all that, you know. So I said you want to tell me some surprise, should I tell them?
No, the surprise is that you and I are going to deliver at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we have planned it, eh?
We have planned. We planned it.
Anyway, thank you guys for coming through for BB, and I'm sure that the whole fraternity will be happy. But Selly, quickly before I go, let me ask your husband this question. We hear the Praye is coming back. We hear you're in the studio and all that. Can you give us a brief of what is happening with the group?
Well, basically, we're almost even dropping, you know, as of last week. But I don't know if you heard, Praye Tintin lost the mom, and so we had to pause and, you know, mourn the mom and then give her a befitting burial. So that's what, you know, distorted our calendar a bit. But we're on track. Everything is in place. We're under the management of Kiki, EKB Productions. If people don't know, I'm saying it here first. We're under the management of Kiki Banson. We've gone back to our old manager. so we're ready to take Ghana by storm. You know, Ghanaians have missed us. We're here to feed them with what they know us, you know, to be doing best. And trust me, the first single is going to be a starter. Trust me, there's a lot coming up.
Now, it's been good news ever since you mounted the Ghana Music Awards stage.
Yeah.
How do you feel now that you three are back together? What is the feeling? Is it like before? Has anything changed?
Well, the only thing that I feel that has changed was we've matured. You know, unlike before, we used to stay together in the same house. It was a boys kind of thing. Now we're married. We have, you know, diverse advice and, you know, from our wives and all. You know, so the maturity is being reflected in our compositions, even the way we behave when we're in the studios and all. A lot has changed, but it's for the good. You know, when you grow for good. You know, you don't grow for the worst.
You think that was what was lacking initially?
Well, I think yes. In other words, it depends, because you know when you wish to stay together in the same house, I would say we were young. So when you're growing, you mature and you learn from other mistakes you've done in the past and you better it. So I would say now we're in a good place.
I'm sure you're happy, wifey.
Oh yeah, very much excited, of course.
For Praye?
Yeah, for Praye.
Okay, because always we hear that the wives, you know, are the issues and all that. So if I'm asking the wife, I need to know whether you're excited that these three are back together.
I mean, I've been when I met him, he was Praye, and I loved him for that. I'm a huge fan of Praye. So why won't I want Praye to be Praye? I mean, for the rest of our lives, and he will be a legend forever.